I wonder if Robert knows, Robert O'Neill heard, feeling for a Parker pen under his desk. While everyone else preferred to use their computers to jot down ideas, the newest member of the Edwards and Elwell marketing group preferred to grab a small notepad and write down his thoughts by hand. The luxurious pen was a gift from his wife, Donna, for his graduation from the University of Louisiana at Regard with a bachelor's degree in mass communications. Peter, right on this street. Robert heard another colleague answer. That slimy lawyer, asked the first person, and their voices gradually faded. Robert found the handle and hit the back of his head on the underside of the table as he tried to get out from under the heavy piece of furniture. When he sat down, rubbing his head, the two women were no longer visible. He frowned deeply. His name was Robert, his wife's name was Donna, and the lawyer down the street, Peter Newland, really was a slippery guy. Peter was almost as disgusting as his wife Charlotte, Shandel, whatever her name was. He considered the husband and wife to be arrogant, narcissistic, and untrustworthy, and avoided any interaction with them at any nearby events. After some time, Robert returned to the problem that Valerie Elswell dumped on his head. Salad Lights, a restaurant that served salads and other healthy foods, was once a trendy destination for those who wanted to avoid the carbs, fats, and oils associated with fast food establishments. But recently, it has lost its popularity. Sales are falling. Most restaurants experience little change in clientele, but Salad Lights saw a sustained and significant decline over the past quarter. With a Parker pen in hand, Robert drew a rabbit and a head of lettuce. Salads. They're not just for rabbits, Robert said out loud. Oh, well, that's terrible, she giggled. Adarina, a pretty receptionist, walked past his open door. Robert smiled. The bubbly 18-year-old was 6 months pregnant and spent more time in the bathroom than sitting in the lobby of a small marketing firm. This meant that several times a day she walked past his door, delighting him with the sight of her happy, smiling face, large breasts, juicy round ass, and bulging belly. The petite girl wore maternity dresses, although Connie Edwards told Adarin that she can wear maternity pants and tops if she wants. Her dresses were always made of soft material and pleasant colors. She was the embodiment of feminine grace and feminine beauty. Damn lucky bastard, Robert said, thinking about who the petite blonde's man could be. Robert didn't know who the baby's father might be at Arena. He heard the women in the building chatting pleasantly with the expectant mother, discussing pregnancy, childbirth, and motherhood. He couldn't remember the young woman ever saying who her boyfriend was. Robert looked up, smiling at the girl. He returned to his work. 2 eyes, praised Valerie Elswell, entering his office. So what do you have for me? Donna said Frank, the guy in her office, someone said behind Valerie. Like a donkey? Asked another woman. Robert tried to look behind his boss, but could not see who was speaking. Even Valerie turned around to see who it was that was speaking before turning her attention back to Robert. Salads, they're not just for rabbits, Robert suggested, smiling tightly at his boss. No, Valerie said. How long has she been doing this? Surely Robert has already suspected something. Robert heard the woman's voice again as he and Valerie looked at each other. But you know, rabbits, bunnies, cute bunnies, Valerie thought. Part of the problem? Somehow Salad Lights acquired a reputation for being boring. Their prices don't help either. Their furniture is terrible. And have you ever tried to have a normal conversation there? Robert bent his fingers. Valerie agreed. At 10:15, Robert went to the break room to get a cup of coffee. He smiled standing behind Adarina. They waited until Catherine finished making my mocha latte. By the way, that's such a pretty color on you, Robert blurted out, admiring the soft peach color of Adarina's dress. Oh, thanks, said Adarina, turning and smiling widely. She raised her hand so he could better see the peach color of the dress. He smiled into her happy face. Touch it, she ordered. It's so soft, almost like a cloud. Robert carefully pinched the material of the sleeve and nodded in agreement. Catherine finally finished and stepped aside so Adarina could prepare her cup of green tea with a spoonful of local wild honey. She finished her preparations and stepped aside so he could prepare his strong and bold coffee. Turning around, Robert saw that Adarina stands with an eternal smile on his sweet face. "You always grab your coffee and run away from here," she chided him. "Sit with me, please." "You know what? This problem will be there when I get back," Robert agreed, and her smile turned from happy to ecstatic. Robert helped Adarine sit down at a small table and then sat down opposite her. She pointed to her dress again, and Robert again admired the soft material and peach color. "Faith Ministry has all kinds of maternity clothes. Well, they have other things, but I've always been a dress girl," she explained. "Ministry of Faith? Is that the building on Bank Street?" asked Robert. "Yes," she said joyfully. "You see, the Baptist and Methodist churches, and the Lutheran church in, Algie, I think, they all banded together to run this. Really, the only ones that aren't helping are the Catholic churches and this Jewish place." "So, are you a Baptist, or?" Robert began to ask. Hernandez, I have no choice," she laughed. "I'm supposed to be a Catholic, but I don't like anything in St. Vincent de Paul's." "Hernandez? What? How did the little blonde get the name Hernandez?" Robert asked, smiling. "Probably in the 50th generation or something," she laughed. "But I volunteer there every Saturday, so they always put things off that they think I might like. They are so cute." After a careful sip of your hot tea, Adarina asked Robert about himself. He told her about how he was not the best student and only at the end of his last year at school realized that he was not doing himself any favors by being lazy. Luckily for him, his father and grandparents set up a fund for his college education when he was born, so he was able to go to university without serious student debt. "O'Neill's? Like O'Neill's Furniture?" asked Adarina, catching the connection. "Yes, of course, it should now be called Thibault Furniture," Robert admitted. "When my Uncle Bob died, my father sold his share. Said Uncle Bob's death was his wake-up call. Life is too short. What about you?" "About the same as yours," she admitted, her big brown eyes locked on his. "Donna, the three of us." Robert heard a woman's voice right behind him. "What?" Robert demanded, turning sharply. Magda McMahon, a plump African-American woman, snapped at him. "Looks like we were talking." "No, but I heard," Robert answered sharply. "Oh, were you eavesdropping on us? It's none of your business," Magda blurted out, and she and her companion stood up noisily and walked out of the break room. "Damn it." Robert started, but stopped before he said anything that could jeopardize his job. "That's the whole point," she laughed. Adarina then became serious. "I went to a party, met Brian, and he filled me with all these words about love at first sight." Robert said, secretly looking at his watch. "I guess love at first sight means nothing when you suddenly find yourself pregnant." "Twins, believe me," said Adarina. "But I quit drinking and smoking, and Miss Elswell hired me." "Oh, how do you know Miss Elswell?" Robert asked, checking that he had 4 more minutes of break. "Bobby Elswell. Her brother? He's the owner or something like that in Parasol magazine," admitted Adarina, with difficulty getting to his feet. "I'll be in the May issue of the magazine. Mother's Day. Sorry, but I really need to pee." Knowing that Donna would cause a real scandal, Robert still planned to buy the May issue of the magazine. He helped Adarine get to his feet and promised to take care of her mug of tea. He looked at her cute ass until she ran out the door. "Thank you, Robert," she smiled before the door closed. He rinsed her mug and used the soapy sponge on her mug, her cute Mickey Mouse spoon, and his own mug. Placing both mugs on the counter by the sink, Robert nodded to the 2 women who entered the break room. Before the break room door closed, he heard one woman say, both at once, "Girl, that Donna, you know what I mean?" "What?" Robert demanded, bursting into the room again. This is a B conversation, so why don't you just leave here?" said one of the women. Her tone and expression were mocking. Another false alarm, she giggled. At Arena, passing Robert as he left the break room. Hey, here's an idea. Why don't we just move your phone to the ladies' room? Robert joked, and she gave him a feigned grimace. Her giggles negated the grimace, though. Robert stood at his door, admiring her figure a little longer before sitting back down at his desk. Salad, it's not just for rabbits. Robert wondered out loud. Giggling, Donna walked into the rented house she and her husband shared. They met on the campus of the University of Louisiana at Regard, and although it was not love at first sight, Donna gradually fell in love with Robert. Their personalities were polar opposites. He was thorough, organized, and thoughtful. She was sociable, freedom-loving, and impulsive. You need to relax, she said more than once. No, I don't really need to relax, as you say, Robert replied. You also need to pay more attention to your wife. She also often said after he began working at Edwards and Elwell. You want a new BMW, you want that house on Cross Circle, you want a vacation where we walk on glaciers, but you also want me to pay you more attention. Robert exploded the last time she made that remark. Okay, tell me which of your wishes we can put on hold. Which one can we do without for a while? Oh, shut up, Donna snapped. Robert was really too tense. If the TV remote wasn't where he left it, he'd throw a fit. If the dishes were left in the sink, he would throw a tantrum. And oh my God, the dishwasher. According to Robert, there was a correct way to load a dishwasher. It's a dishwasher. You put the dishes in, turn them on, and they wash, Robert. Donna yelled that morning when he complained about the way she loaded the dishes on the bottom rack. Start at the back, work your way forward. Do you know how gross it is when you get ketchup on your shirt sleeve because you just misplaced the plate? Said Robert. And why is there ketchup on the plate? You should rinse the plates before you just shove them in the dishwasher. I need to make you stick a lump of coal up your ass, Donna replied. God, just think how big a diamond you could make. Really? Should we wash dishes before we put them in the dishwasher? Then why do we even need a dishwasher? The 1st of April was the perfect opportunity to loosen the knots that held her husband together a little. This was also the perfect opportunity to show Robert that he really needed to pay more attention to his wife. If he doesn't do this, there will be many men willing to give her a lot of attention. As soon as Robert left their rental home that morning, Donna called the Edwards and Elwell offices. A girl listened, laughing, as Donna explained what she wanted and promised that she would try to help Donna. I should have found out her name, Donna muttered as she began preparing dinner. Robert will come and accuse her of having an affair with that handsome lawyer or her employee Frank. Donna will then shout April Fools. Whoever answers the phone at his office will confirm Donna's words. And after he gets over his little dissatisfaction, she will remind him that he needs to relax. She will also remind him, after hot sex to start the weekend off right, that he must keep his wife a priority. He needs to make sure that his wife always comes first. It was 6 o'clock. Even if Robert stopped by the gym, he should have been home by now. At 6:30, she put the hot chicken salad on the table and checked her cell phone. There were no messages, no voicemail. Hey, where are you? She sent it to his mobile phone. Donna ate her dinner, perking up whenever I heard a car on their fairly quiet street. After putting her plate in the dishwasher, deliberately not rinsing it and placing the plate sideways on the counter, Donna called Robert's cell phone. Hey, honey, where are you? Asked Donna. At 8:30, Donna called Miss Peggy, Robert's mother. The usually warm and sociable woman answered the phone angrily. Donna wondered for a moment if it was possible she had the wrong number. Miss Peggy, is Robert there? He should have been home by now and... Donna asked. Well, why don't you ask Peter or whoever Frank is where he is? Peggy O'Neill growled and ended the call. A second call to her mother-in-law's cell phone went straight to voicemail. Donna explained that it was just an April Fool's joke. A call to Tim O'Neill, Robert's father, also went straight to voicemail. A text message sent to both Miss Peggy and Tim, again explaining that it was just an April Fool's joke, went unanswered. Donna didn't call Robert's brother, Timmy. When she first met the O'Neill family's eldest child, Donna couldn't believe that Robert and Timmy were brothers. Robert was quiet, thoughtful, and compassionate. Timmy was an arrogant jerk, true narcissist. If it didn't benefit him, Timmy wouldn't help Donna. The rivalry between the brothers was extreme. If it hurt Robert, Timmy enjoyed his brother's misfortune. A call to Robert's older sister, Kira, brought Donna a "go to hell, don't call me again." A text message sent to Kira's phone explaining that it was an April Fool's joke brought Donna. "Yeah, of course. Blocking your number now, bitch." It looks like the family's youngest child, Ain O'Neill, has already blocked Donna's number. Donna tried calling Robert again, but it went to his voicemail again. She left a message explaining that it was just an April Fool's joke, but apparently Robert was too sensitive for that. Donna tried watching reality TV on TLC. It was a show that Robert hated. Every time he walked into a room, Robert would point out how all these people seemed to take no responsibility for their lives. They all wanted to blame someone else for their misfortunes and failures. Donna couldn't concentrate on the show and turned it off 12 minutes into the program. She got up and went to the bedroom. "Crap," she exclaimed. Robert always made sure the doors were locked and the oven and stove were turned off. And on Saturdays, garbage was collected in their area. Checking the trash can under the sink, Donna saw that it was more than half full. She pulled out a bucket, then remembered that Robert always started upstairs in the trash can in the master bathroom. Then, whether they had guests or not, he would check the trash can in the guest bathroom. Even if there was only one paper towel, he would pull out the pad. Finally, he would take the trash can out of the kitchen, place the trash bags from the bathroom in the kitchen bin, and drag it into the garage, where there was a large outdoor trash can wedged against the far wall. "It's a hell of a lot of work," Donna muttered as she walked around the house. Walking into the garage, Donna looked at the spot where Robert's practical, ordinary, simple Ford Focus usually sat. Then, throwing everything into the trash can, Donna pressed the switch to open the garage door. She remembered that she took off her bra as soon as she got home. Apparently, she's put on a few pounds since she bought the bra. Her bras dug into her back and shoulders, especially after a long day at work. Crossing her arms over her bare chest, Donna rolled the trash can onto the curb. Then she hurried back to the garage. Halfway up the stairs, Donna remembered again that she needed to check all the doors, the oven, and the stove. Having done all this, she turned around and saw that she had left the coffee maker on again. The coffee maker sat all day, the burner scorched the glass jug. Since there was no coffee in the jug, touching the overheated coffee pot was enough for it to break. "Crap," Donna screamed. "Just fucking perfect. Exactly what I need." She was halfway up the stairs when she remembered that she still hadn't turned off the coffee maker. Walking down the stairs, she turned off the device, then pulled the plug from the socket. Back in the master bedroom, Donna turned on the overhead light. She blinked. The bed was not made. Robert left in the morning while she was still lying around. This was nothing new. This irritated her terribly. She wasn't ready to give up their bed yet, but he had already made it. "Damn, I just went to the toilet," she screamed, returning from the bathroom and seeing that he had already made their bed. Or she had breakfast with him. Robert would say that he loved it when they had breakfast together and would return to the bedroom to see the bed neatly made, its 4 pillows neatly folded, and the decorative pillows arranged in an orderly fashion along the front of the pillowcases. Seeing the bed still in the mess she had left it in this morning, Donna truly realized a simple truth. Robert was not at home. Looking further, she saw that the decorative pillows were still neatly stacked at the foot of the bed on their cedar chest. 2 pillows in their decorative pillowcases were sandwiched between the bed frame and the nightstands, waiting for Robert to pull up the blanket, throw, and sheet, and then fold the sheet before putting her 4 pillows and your 2. "They're gone," Donna whispered, suddenly feeling dizzy when she saw that Robert's 2 pillows weren't on the bed. "Robert, oh Robert, I'm so sorry," she sobbed sadly as his voicemail went on. "Please, please, it was just a really stupid April Fool's joke." After a restless night, Donna was awakened at 8:30 by the usually annoying sound of Robert's lawn mower. Rolling over, Angry at being woken up after a night of restless sleep, Donna woke up abruptly, full of joy. But it wasn't Robert. It was old man Wellman, their neighbor. Cursing her neighbor, Donna burrowed under her pile of pillows, trying to drown out the sound of the lawnmower. Soon, but not fast enough for Donna, Mr. Ben Wellman finished cutting the grass. Just as Donna was starting to fall asleep again, the annoying screech of Mr. Wellman's trimmer was heard. Giving up on sleep, Donna walked down the stairs. I tried to turn on the coffee maker, but remembered that the jug was broken. She went back up the stairs and got dressed. Her only concession to her appearance was that she wore her dark brown hair in a messy ponytail. The donuts at Tornado Dough gave her a good sugar boost and the perfect cup of coffee. Shopping at the Barnes and Burns grocery store on Saturday was a frustrating experience. She enjoyed teasing one hapless young employee by bending over and stretching, her jean shorts exposing a good portion of her compact buttocks. Robert's car was not in the garage when she moved in. After unloading groceries from the trunk of her car, Donna hit the counter. She forgot to buy a new jug for the coffee maker. Robert wouldn't forget. Of course, Robert would never leave the damn thing on in the first place, Donna muttered, grabbing her purse again. Okay, Robert, I learned my lesson. She left a message on his voicemail that Saturday night. Ha ha, you can go home. Sleep did not come for several mind-boggling hours. On Sunday morning, someone began removing a dead pine tree from Babineau's house across the street. As soon as the chainsaw stopped working, someone started cutting the grass in the house on the other side of their rental home. Donna walked down the stairs and turned on the coffee maker. A cup of coffee poured from a new jug did not bring her a feeling of satisfaction. It just reminded her of another fact. Robert made better coffee than her. At lunchtime on April 1, Robert did not go to the break room, where a tuna sandwich was waiting for him. He purposely walked out to the front door of a white building with black glass. "Are you leaving, Robert?" asked Adarina, glancing at the clock in the hall. "Yes," was Robert's short answer. He didn't return that day. At 5 minutes after 5, almost everyone in Edwards and Elwell's marketing group had left the building. It was Friday. After the telephone system switched to the answering machine, Adarina I went out and turned off the computer. She sat for a long time, thinking, pee now or wait until he gets to his trailer. "Of course, there will be an accident on the 19th, she said to Adarina, getting to his feet. "And then I'll have an accident," she giggled as she hurried to the toilet. "You'll make a groove on this floor," Connie said cheerfully as Adarina rushed past her office. "Mr. Connie O'Neill said we should just put my desk in the bathroom," she giggled. Adarina, but didn't stop. "Good idea," Connie agreed. On Monday, Robert was dressed the same as he always did on Mondays. On Mondays, he wore his charcoal single-breasted suit with a white shirt and a gray and black striped tie. Adarina greeted him with a joyful smile. Robert returned her greeting, but she noticed that the smile did not reach his tired eyes. "Adarina, I'll leave here around 2. I don't know if I'll be back later or not," Robert said. "Oh, and if Donna calls, please don't contact her, please." "Oh, okay," she agreed. Adarina, losing my smile. "Amaze me, delight me, make me want to have your children. What do you have for me?" Valerie demanded, bursting into Robert's office before he could even check in. "Rabbits, sweet bunnies," said Robert, checking in. "And—" Valerie hurried him, waving her hand as a sign of impatience. Very quickly, Robert took a disposable pen from his desk drawer and sketched 2 pathetic, slightly overweight rabbits. At the top he wrote one rabbit, complaining because she wants chocolate. The second rabbit demanded chocolate, and pizza, and hamburgers, black bean burgers, of course. Valerie said, raising one eyebrow, waiting. Robert turned the page and drew the same 2 rabbits looking to the left as a third rabbit entered the page. Robert drew a rabbit that looked like Adarina, with the exception of large breasts and a pregnant belly. But she had a delicious ass and a big tail. "Oh, I want chocolate, I want burgers." "Well, while you 2 just sit around and complain about what you can't have. I'm going to Salad Lights." "Gotta jump, bunnies," Robert wrote. fresh ingredients, delicious dressings. Gotta jump, bunnies, Robert said, using a deep announcer voice. The 1st of April was on a Friday, Valerie said. Be serious. Don't try to pull this on me. I think it's nice, she said to Adarina from Robert's office door. We pay you to eavesdrop on other people's conversations, Valerie asked the young woman. Oh no, I was passing by to go to the toilet and heard you, admitted Adarina, leaving. We need to jump, bunnies. 10-second spots. Animation for television and social media, voiceover for radio, said Robert, perked up by the approval. Adarina. He pointed in the direction the 18-year-old beauty had gone. Valerie looked in that direction. That was one of our target audiences right there, Robert said, and she thought it was cute. Hormonally driven 18-year-olds are our target audience? Asked Valerie, her eyes sparkling. Just say 18-year-olds. Are there 18-year-olds who aren't driven by hormones? Robert smiled widely. Okay, work with Magda on the arts. Let's see what you two can do, Valerie said. Then we'll pitch it to the salad lights and see what they say. Magda was sullen and short with Robert. When he asked her directly what he had done to hurt her, Magda became aggressive. Loudly, she demanded to know why he was asking, becoming increasingly agitated. Because I want to waste my time, Robert replied sharply and left her workplace. 2 hours later, Magda noisily entered Robert's small office, sighed in exasperation, and plopped down in her chair. Robert ignored her, continuing to work on his computer. He continued to ignore the heavy woman despite her repeatedly clearing her throat. Valerie said I have to work with you or I'm out of here, she finally said. Really? Do you already know where you'll be applying? Robert asked, saving his work. What? What does this mean? Magda demanded. That means, other than some audio, I'm done, Robert said. 2 semesters of AutoCAD with Dr. Berta Whitehead. So good luck in your future endeavors, Mrs. McMahon. Robert barely had time to escape from the Edwards and Elwell building to meet Trevor Williams. Sitting in a comfortable chair and sipping a cup of strong coffee, Robert told the young blonde man his story of heartbreak. Is there a chance for reconciliation? Trevor asked softly. Honestly? Listen, Robert fell silent, looking into the distance. Look, we can fill out all the paperwork and leave it out of the way, Trevor suggested after a long silence from his client. You know, give yourself time to think it over. I was going to break up with her. God, so demanding, so needy, Robert said thoughtfully, looking through the documents. Of course, then she shows up pregnant. Robert picked up a piece of paper. Trevor waited for Robert to read the document in front of him. Robert's face tensed and his dark eyes flashed with anger. Donna said she's pregnant. My big brother Timmy, he has 2 girls from 2 different mothers, Robert said, gritting his teeth in anger. I'm not Timmy. I won't let my son or daughter turn out to be a bastard. The insurance is right here. Trevor read the insurance documents through O'Neill Furniture and Appliances, Robert's place of employment at the time of his marriage. Trevor then read the attached documents from Dr. Ellen Sweetman's office for one Donna Catherine O'Neill. Submit the papers, I want a divorce, Robert said furiously. On Tuesday, Robert showed Valerie what he had completed the day before. Valerie changed gotta to gonna in 10-second spots. For Robert, gonna bounce, bunnies didn't have the same effect as gotta bounce, bunnies. But the owner-manager of Salad Lights and his 2 silent partners were delighted. The restaurant's waitresses even wore vests that read, Gonna Bounce, Bunnies, and featured an adorable pink bunny smiling on the left breast pocket. Robert wondered if anyone at Edwards and Elwell had noticed that the Salad Lights rabbit was a clone Adarina Hernandez. Same big brown eyes, cute upturned nose, and big smile. Not to mention her amazing ass as she bounced around the screen past 2 complaining green bunnies. Always a gentleman, Robert did not embarrass Donna by serving her a divorce summons at St. Anne's Library, her place of work. Instead, he delivered it at home. The smiling young man disarmed Donna by asking who mows their lawn. It looked a little overgrown. She stepped out onto the porch to look at the pathetic state of the lawn when the young man asked if she was Donna O'Neill, and then said that she was receiving a subpoena. Their neighbor, Peter Newland, immediately agreed to represent Donna in O'Neill v. O'Neill. With a smile, he offered Donna a good neighbor discount. Peter made it clear what he expects beyond what he plans to charge for his services. Now I understand why Robert didn't love you, Donna thought as Peter showed off and Charlene, his wife, wore a predatory look on her face. Donna knew how to play the game. She fooled more than one man by the nose, smiling, giggling, making light touches. She knew how to hint, but never promised anything. She hinted, but never agreed to provide her services to Peter or Charlene. She used her cell phone to transfer $1,000 from her bank account to pay for Peter's services. "Oh, you know what I want. I mean, have you ever seen yourself in a suit?" Donna whispered to Peter. Or, "Oh my God, in that swimsuit. But we have to wait, okay?" Donna considered going to Edwards and Elwell to run into Robert. But still believing that Robert was making a mountain out of a molehill over a simple April Fool's joke, Donna refrained. In truth, he himself should come to her. At their first meeting, when Donna saw Robert for the first time in 5 weeks, she forgot that she had the moral high ground. She muttered about an April Fool's joke that went wrong. She mumbled about a simple misunderstanding. She claimed that an employee of his office, a girl who answered the phone, could confirm her words. Looking at Robert's indifferent face, his eyes empty, lifeless, Donna burst into tears. Ignoring the tears, Trevor Williams, Robert's lawyer, said it was a fairly simple petition with a fair division of all assets. Peter responded with a demand of 70-30 in favor of his client, so that Robert would pay all legal costs as well as Peter's fees. He also stated that Donna requires $2,500 a month to support her wife. He then stated that his client would agree to a 50-50 split only if Robert agreed to at least 10 sessions with a licensed marriage counselor. "Are divorces by mutual consent great? See you in court," Trevor smiled, rising to his feet. "But perhaps we could suggest that your client seek counseling herself. If this was a joke, then it looks pretty morbid to me." Nothing happened. It was just. Donna screamed. "That girl, ask her." Miss Peggy and Mr. Tim were not ready to help Donna. Miss Peggy supported Trevor's opinion. It really seemed like a sick joke if it was a joke. A week after Robert served Donna with a summons to petition for dissolution of marriage, Tab Properties contacted Donna. The house was rented in Robert's name, mainly because Donna Campion had a terrible credit history due to foolish behavior with a credit card when she was 18. Tab Properties was willing to rent the house to Donna, but required an inspection to determine whether Robert Michael O'Neill would receive a refund of his deposit. This, of course, meant that Donna O'Neill would have to fill out all the paperwork in her name and make a new deposit. Tab Properties paid for water and sewer for the home, but Donna would have to pay for the electricity. Looking at her bank balance, Donna began to realize how her carefree, impulsive nature was harming her. "Jesus Christ, Robert, it was a joke. It was just a joke," Donna said, tears of bitterness flowing from her eyes. Donna was supposed to be working at the St. Anne's Public Library on Saturday. This meant she would have Monday off, and she will have time to take care of utilities and fill out all the paperwork for Tab Properties. "Your personal problems are not their problem," Courtney said sharply to Simone Donna before they opened the door to the gray stone building. "Try to smile, okay?" Children and 3 employees of the Wagon Wheel kindergarten came to Story Hour. Even on Saturday, there were 14 children in the kindergarten under their care. 3 staff members smiled as they directed the children up the wide staircase to the 2nd floor. Courtney helped the women seat the children around the small stage, then sat down in a comfortable chair and picked up a book. The glasses she put on her face were greatly enlarged, and the children laughed. With a smile on her graceful face, the blonde gently reminded the children that it was not nice to laugh at someone just because they needed glasses. After all, they wouldn't like it if someone laughed at them. While Courtney was reading, actors popped out from behind the curtain to act out what Courtney was reading. The children were delighted with the story and the actors. Even in her bad mood, Donna couldn't help but smile as the children all happily applauded the performers. She raised her head when one of the kindergarten workers approached her. "Hi, do you have today's paper? I'm looking for a new place to live." "God, I hate apartment living," Quinn asked Lee quietly. "St. Anne's Advertiser," Donna agreed, pointing to the counter. "Degrade Weekly comes out on Wednesdays. It's the second paper on the stand. Oh, there's also a Sunday edition, but we don't get it." "No, nothing new," Quinn said sadly after a moment. "Thank you, Donna." 2 Saturdays later, after receiving paperwork from Robert's lawyer, Donna was scheduled to fill in for Courtney. Her boss was on vacation. Luckily, all Donna had to do during story hour was sit and read. The actors were already rehearsing their roles. "Wow, these glasses are heavy," Donna blurted, pushing the huge glasses onto her face. The glasses had plain lenses so they wouldn't interfere with Donna's reading of the story. And whoever wrote the book put in parentheses so Donna knew when to pause for the actors. "So, how's the apartment search going?" Donna asked Quinn as Frank Murphy, another St. Anne's library employee, talked to the kids about the different functions of libraries. "No way. All I can afford. Terrible. I mean, the Venice apartments themselves are pretty nice," Quinn said. "But I need to get away from my vile, nasty neighbor." "What is he doing?" asked Donna. "How do you know it's he?" Quinn smiled. "But, I mean, he just looks at me. He doesn't say anything, he just stares." "Listen, I have a 3-room house and I live in it alone," Donna said. "I'll be glad to give you a room." "Hello," Roberta greeted Adarina with a big smile as he walked into the Edwards and Elwell lobby. "Hi, is there anything I should know?" Robert asked without even checking his box. "Valerie is looking for you, and she's not happy," she said. Adarina and Robert threw 3 envelopes into the trash can next to the mailboxes. "Snooker's sandwiches," Robert sighed, walking away with the 4th envelope in his hand. Even if the idea weren't so wrong, people would have brought about their own downfall, Robert said before Valerie could say a word. "Okay, tell me what I missed," Valerie snapped, sitting up. "Gourmet sandwiches. Sandwiches are not gourmet food, especially when everyone and their dogs are so preoccupied with their cars," Robert said. "Using cabbage instead of lettuce doesn't make ugly, stringy roast beef any more gourmet." "I've never tried their roast beef," Valerie admitted. "And adding rosemary to tuna salad doesn't hide the fact that it's tuna from a can," Robert continued. "Yeah, I didn't like it either," Valerie agreed. "But when the waiter looks at you with contempt when you ask to remove the mushrooms from your prime rib sandwich and tells you that no exceptions are made, that really doesn't make anyone want to spend $27 on lunch when there's a Tommy's Po right down the street. The boys will make any sandwich you want anyway for $15, Robert said. "Come on, Robert. Give me the bunny magic," Valerie begged. Robert decided to let the food speak for itself, and Dennis Snooker Hawks and his wife Sandy were arrogant enough to agree. The 10-second ads simply showed an overhead view of a single turkey sandwich on a plate of the homemade potato chips that Snooker was so proud of. The camera panned to show an overhead view of a ham and provolone sandwich on a soft roll next to a cup of hot homemade vegetable soup. The third sandwich to appear was a tuna sandwich on whole grain bread next to a Waldorf salad. The last shot was a close-up of a prime rib sandwich. The sandwich took up the entire screen when Snooker Sandwiches appeared in the bottom right corner of the screen. Neutral piano music played in the background. "They'll still lose their asses, but it won't be because of Edwards and Elswell." Valerie laughed happily when Robert showed her the social media advert. In fact, the Hawks commissioned a 30-second commercial that featured all 17 of their gourmet sandwiches with 7 sides. They decided that the prime rib sandwich should always be the last sandwich shown. Snooker was very proud of his prime rib sandwich on hard bread. "Looks like he never ate it," Robert muttered to Adarina, and she giggled. They began to enjoy their coffee breaks together every morning, and Robert changed his lunchtime to coincide with lunchtime at Adarinaso. They could spend the entire hour together. They talked, laughed, and shared their frustrations with each other. Robert made her laugh when he said that he was deeply shocked to find out that he was 15 again. His father forced Robert to cut the grass just 18 hours after he returned to his old room. Robert wondered aloud when his father would make him wash and polish the old pickup truck. This was one of Tim's favorite activities for Robert before Robert married Donna and moved out of the O'Neill house. Smiling, Robert admitted that he would miss her when she went on maternity leave. "Well, you can always come see me," she suggested, Adarina smiling despite the rapid appearance of a blush. "Especially if you're ready to change diapers," she smiled, stroking her bloated belly. "Remember, I'm having twins. A second pair of hands would really come in handy." Adarina was on maternity leave when the case O'Neill v. O'Neill was heard by a judge. Judge Marie Robichaud decided that a 50-50 split would be fair, with Robert paying the court costs and both parties paying their attorney's fees. There will be no spousal support. The O'Neills had been married less than a year when Robert left the marital home. With a bang of her gavel, Judge Robichaud asked her bailiff to call the next case. "Robert, can we talk?" Donna pleaded as Robert followed his lawyer out of the courtroom. Robert turned, dark eyes blazing as he looked at his ex-wife. Donna's eyes were too clouded with tears to see the rage in her ex-husband's eyes, but Peter Newland noticed the seething rage in the gaze of his former neighbor. "No," Robert replied sharply, then quickly walked away. The 1st of April fell on a Saturday. When Mr. Wellman's old lawnmower woke her from her deep sleep, Donna thought of a few pranks she could play on her roommate. Then Donna reminded herself what last year's jokes had cost her. She probably won't explode like Robert did. God, I can't believe how badly he took it, Donna muttered to herself. But do I really want to take the risk? As Donna stood up to get out of bed, she felt slippers on her feet. She found the left one, but couldn't find the right one. Getting out of bed, she examined the floor under the bed, under the nightstand, around the room. The second slipper was nowhere to be found. She put on her fuzzy socks and left the room. Reaching the kitchen, Donna grabbed a mug from the cabinet and prepared her cup, 2 teaspoons of cream and 1 teaspoon of sugar. Then, turning to take the jug, Donna froze. She couldn't find the coffee maker. The device was not in its usual place. There was an empty space on the countertop where the coffee maker usually sat. "Nice socks," Quinn said, sitting at the breakfast counter and sipping a cup of coffee. "Where are your slippers?" Donna ignored Quinn, still trying to figure out where the coffee maker was. Quinn was drinking a cup of coffee. Donna could smell freshly brewed coffee, but couldn't find the coffee maker. "Well, as soon as you finish your coffee, we need to start cleaning up," Quinn said cheerfully. It was a tradition Quinn had started since she moved into the house. Every weekend when they were both home, they cleaned the house. From ceiling to floor, from one wall to another. Even Robert wasn't as meticulous about cleaning as Quinn Lee. Quinn cleaned on a microbiological level. Donna finally found the coffee maker in the microwave above the stove. She turned to say something to Quinn, but Quinn was gone. Taking a long sip of her coffee, Donna screamed. Quinn poured salt into the sugar bowl. There were mashed potato flakes in the coffee creamer. Returning to her bedroom to remove the bedding, Donna screamed again. There was a snake in her bed under the pulled sheet. The snake didn't move, and upon closer inspection, after several long moments, Donna saw that it was a rubber snake. "Quinn," Donna screamed. "What? Oh, cute. When did you buy the rubber snake?" Quinn asked, her face a mask of innocence. Opening her closet to grab her shoes, Donna saw that the only shoes in her closet were her left ones. Calls to Quinn came to nothing. The woman was vacuuming her carpet. Donna pulled on her shorts and carried the sheets downstairs to the laundry room. Now on guard, Donna sniffed the detergent before throwing the sheets into the car. "Is there room for a couple of towels?" Quinn asked. "Yes," Donna agreed. "By the way, where are my shoes?" "In your closet," Quinn suggested as she tossed the wet bath towels into the washing machine. "I usually keep mine there." And of course, all of Donna's shoes were now in the closet, but none of them were paired. Donna couldn't help but laugh. As she went downstairs to start cleaning the kitchen, Donna screamed again. Washing machines make soap bubbles everywhere. Donna realized that the wet towels Quinn had thrown with her bedding must be to blame. Luckily, she knew to add vinegar to the washing machine. Then she wiped the wet floor. Having finally finished cleaning, Donna carefully closed and locked her bedroom door. She then closed and locked the bathroom door. After making sure her clothes were safely tucked away with her in the bathroom, she headed to the shower. Damn, damn, damn it! Donna was indignant, trying to squeeze the shampoo out of the bottle. Unscrewing the cap, Donna saw a thin membrane of plastic wrap stretched over the neck of the bottle. She sniffed the shampoo carefully before applying it to her hair. She definitely didn't want to discover that Quinn had added hair remover to her shampoo. Again, she almost broke her arm trying to squeeze the shower gel out of the bottle. Shaking her head, she peeled the plastic wrap from the top of the bottle. And as she got out of the shower, Donna saw that locking the door didn't help. Her towel was missing, and her clothes were changed. Her jeans were now a pair of sweatpants that belonged to Robert and an oversized Hawaiian shirt. The sweatpants could be pulled up to Donna's armpits, and of course the shirt looked ridiculous. Wow, Donna muttered, wanting the day to end. And at the end of the day, while trying to get into bed, Donna discovered that Quinn had somehow snuck into her room and made the bed. By this time, the jokes had gone from annoying, confusing, scary, to downright angry. God, thank God it's only one day a year, Donna sighed, finally managing to get into bed and fall asleep. On Monday afternoon, April 1st, Donna wandered the aisles of the Burns & Burns grocery store. Looking for goods on the shelves, she thought about what was waiting for her at home. Quinn left home before her. The first children arrived at kindergarten at 5:30. But Quinn had been home for 2 hours already, enough time to sabotage the entire house. Honestly, I won't do anything on April Fools, Quinn promised last night, then laughed out loud when Donna asked her if she'd ever been a Girl Scout. Looking up from the cans of corn, Donna saw a beautiful young blonde approaching her. The girl had a small protruding belly visible in her cute lavender maternity dress. Her smile was a wide, friendly smile. "Hello, you're Donna. Donna O'Neill," the girl said. Yes, it's me," Donna admitted, peering into the girl's face. The young woman had waist-length light brown hair, large brown eyes, a cute upturned nose, and a wide, infectious smile. Even in the loose folds of her maternity dress, her impressive breasts were visible. "Robert had a photograph of you on his desk. I worked with him at Edwards and Elwell," the girl explained. Oh yeah. Hi, how are you doing?" Donna said, still trying to remember the girl. "Oh, I'm fine. How about you?" asked the blonde. Donna said, trying to put a smile on her face. "Well, I saw you when you came in. I just wanted to say hi," the girl said and walked past Donna. Yeah, hi," Donna agreed, watching as the young woman walked around the end of the aisle and into the next aisle. After throwing a few cans of corn, some mixed vegetables, and a few cans of chopped tomatoes into her cart, Donna turned the corner. Donna froze when she saw a beautiful young woman pushing a double stroller. And next to the woman was Robert, her Robert, and he held one of the twins in his arms, holding the laughing girl above his head. "And will you eat all these beans?" said Robert. "You're going to get so big. You're going to be even bigger than Daddy." He looked good. Robert looked fit, healthy, and happy. His thick brown hair was a little longer than he usually wore, and his shirt was unbuttoned at the throat, revealing a tuft of his sexy chest hair. His suit pants fit snugly, showing that he still had narrow hips and a tight ass. Looking at the blonde again, Donna recognized the girl. She should have told you," Donna shouted, pointing at the smiling Adarina. "She should have had a bunch of your co-workers talk shit behind your back and then tell you it was just a joke. Like the joke about you losing your baby. When did Dr. Sweetman actually perform the special procedure on you?" Robert asked, his eyes changing from joy to bitterness as he looked at his ex-wife. "I like you," Donna stuttered, clutching her chest. "The insurance was filed, Donna. All the information was on the paperwork, Robert replied sharply, placing his daughter in the stroller next to his brother. Aye. Donna stuttered as Robert took his cart and disappeared around the corner of the passage. Hey, Donna, smiled at Irina, pushing the stroller after Robert around the corner. April 1st. Subscribe to our channel so that your love doesn't cheat on you, and go ahead and listen to the next story, because this story is nothing compared to the next one. If you're under 18, don't even think. Click to the next one. Click to the next one. Click to the next one.